Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
After the Congress, Alan Kyerematen has left the party.
I respect Alan. I've known him for a long time. When I was the president of the Ghana Association of Southern California, he was the ambassador of Ghana to US. So I met him in Los Angeles. He's a great man. He has everything it takes. But you see, there are times when the stars may not be aligned for you at a point. Let me tell you about the story of the current president of the United States of America, Joe Biden. Joe Biden ran for president, and lost every time. Then out of the blue, out of nowhere, a young man comes called Barack Obama. Barack Obama then selects him as the vice president. Joe Biden then comes into the limelight and becomes president. His star was not aligned at the time that he was running. Obama comes. He is rode on the shoulders of Obama, who can be his son, then to become the president of the United States of America. So the point is, there are times when you have to look at the environment. Don't despair. Your time will come. Maybe sooner than you think. In politics, there's no room for despair. When things don't go right, take a deep breath. Say to yourself, I have something to offer this great nation of mine. A time will come. I will offer that service to this great nation of mine. That is my attitude in the game of politics. Because I believe...
So you think Alan Kyerematen should have read this season?
I will not advise him, but my personal opinion is that at times that the hand you may be dealt with may not be coated with sugar, may be bitter. Swallow the bitterness. Your time may come sooner than you think. The case of Joe Biden is for all of us students of politics to read, examine, admire, and have hope that one day your hopelessness
Welcome to this edition of the show. It's always a pleasure to bring you Good Evening Ghana. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And I have to apologize to our viewers on the Kaswa Road, Doimo. I was monitoring, and the traffic going there because of the rains was completely unbearable. Really, really sorry for those our viewers. If you're just getting home, just take a deep breath and have a cup of water. Hopefully development will come and the roads will be dualized. Those going to Kaswa had to spend about 4 hours in traffic, even if you were at Accra Academy and the Odoko area. It's 4 hours to get to Kaswa. And those going to Pantan, those going to Doyimo, I understand that from the Atomic Junction going off from the Red Coast side in Medina, there was huge traffic there. Those who live in Accra have had a particularly difficult evening, and we say sorry to them and we wish them well. Our duty is to cheer you up a little bit by bringing you the truth of all the political matters you have been hearing. There's a big story going on in the Volta region about the president's visit to the Volta region. What the president said this morning on Good Evening Ghana, we saw the most arrogant expression of it from a young man who came into the studio and used very unprintable words about something the president had said. So it caught us, that was early in the morning, so it caught us looking for the material. So we found the material of the president's video. And when we looked at the president's video, we felt that this unwarranted, wanton abuse, reckless disrespectfulness that was shown to the president of Good Morning Ghana cannot stand, and it shouldn't stand. And so we're going to highlight that to you tonight. We're going to show you what the president said. We're going to show you the extent of the young man's abuse. And you can value it and weigh it and understand whether there's a correlation, whether this kind of message from the president should result in this kind of reckless and wanton, disrespectful abuse of the president. I'm not sure why this is happening these days, but, well, we'll check it out and see how. So that's our first story. The first story, we are evaluating what has happened in the story about President Akufo-Addo's visit to the Volta region to look at the unfortunate incident of the water spillage from the Akonsombo Dam, which caused havoc. We understand that it's getting better now and that NADMO is on it. I heard the regional minister on radio this evening, and he seems to be on top of his brief. And it looks like we are kind of working towards it very well. But then we'll deal with that matter. So that's our first story. In our second story, the Honorable Kisi Ajaben has aborted his application to the Lord Chief Justice, inviting the Lord Chief Justice to change a judge that he's appearing before. He wrote a letter asking for the judge to be replaced without even giving any real basis. As it turns out, he has aborted the journey, and we will tell you why he has aborted the journey, and a bit more to come. We understand that he has a plan for me. We understand that Kisi Ajaben has a plan for me, and I'm going to share that plan with you. Also, the in-camera hearing at the Parliament Ad Hoc Committee set up by the Speaker to investigate the tape situation of Dr. Dampare is getting to a crossroads and getting to a crisis. Why is there a crisis? There is a crisis because civil society organizations proceeded to the Office of Parliament to visit with the Speaker. And their ambition for the visit and aim and objective of the visit, I should say, was to tell the Speaker that Samuel Atachian, the Member of Parliament for Abuakwa South, is being biased in the committee. This is the Speaker's committee set up, and there are representatives on the committee. There are 6 or so committee members. If committee members have a problem, they will be able to tell the Speaker. It appears committee members have not yet expressed anything to the Speaker, but civil society, this is the first time we are seeing civil society concerned about the procedure adopted by an ad hoc committee of Parliament. So we got interested and we started looking at the story. We found the reason why civil society went in there, and we found what they are trying to halt at the committee, because this committee was set up ostensibly to bolster the image of Dr. Ekufu Dampare, the Inspector General of Police. It appears that those who set up the committee have sort of bitten more than they can chew, and now the committee is going in directions that suggest to Dr. Dampare that he may be in trouble, not just trouble in terms of being a victim, but he may be in legal trouble for perjury. That's where it's going. And as soon as they find that, they rush to the Speaker. Speaker, stop the committee. Why should we stop the committee? This is a democracy. Democracy. Somebody has committed perjury, it will come out. You cannot stop that. You commit perjury, you commit perjury. That's why in our flyer, we talked about Dampare and we said that the belt of truth under the helmet of salvation. It meant something. Those of you who read your Bible and you look at Ephesians, putting on the whole armor of God, which is what Apostle Paul described, you find these things there: the belt of truth, the helmet of salvation, the sword of the Spirit, the shield of faith. They are all over there. Tonight, we have a lot to talk about, viewers. And so we don't want to be interrupted by the breaks when they come. So we now have a 7-minute break that we are going to take right now. And after the 7 minutes break, we will be on the highway with the Volta region story. I am particularly concerned to discuss this young man in Good Morning Ghana studio who was completely insulting of the president. For what reason? For politics? I'm totally shocked. But we will get there. It will be on the touch screen, so you'll see it clearly. After the break, Good Evening Ghana is live.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
The patch of Bantama.
Matias.
That's a cycle.
It's her smile.
The fresh breath.
Me, Jidisa, we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Semikai.
Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasa. Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint, gives me fresh breath, and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling kika when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Kale, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ampedu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Asari.
How is business doing?
My business is collapsing.
Why is your business collapsing?
I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debts.
Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana?
Not at all.
Mr. Ampedu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to financial institutions, businessmen and businesswomen, other companies, and also individuals. Rosic Consult has 98.4% debt recovery rate. We have professional debt recovery managers. You are assured of swift debt recovery. No recovery, no commission. For Rosic Consult Limited, no more write-offs. And we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Betway is your gateway to a theme park full of gaming excitement. A whirlpool of wonder where your favorite games come to life. Where you can take to the skies with max payouts that reach into the millions. All in the palm of your hand. Visit betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet responsibly. Betway. Bet your way.
For over 20 years of serving the world with herbal and alternative medicine, we've been successful in treating complicated medical conditions with a perfect combination of herbal and alternative methods of treatments like homeopathy, naturopathy, reflexology, and many more. We deliver excellent and effective service to people from all walks of life through scientific and traditional means. We have a well-equipped laboratory with advanced diagnostic and treatment devices to help detect your illness, so we know the right medication to be given. At Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, we are proud manufacturers of our own herbal medication. Our zeal and passion to save lives with our patients at heart and outstanding achievements since 1996 has won us several awards. That is why we say, go herbal, go Amen. We are located everywhere in all the regions. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the He.
Change your style. Be like that. Star 857 hash. Star 857 hash. Zulaya, Zulaya. 857 hash. Star 857 hash. Change your style. Be like that.
Change your baller style. Don't be like that. Zoom Lion is here for everyone. Pay with star 857 hash and we will come for your baller. Zoom Lion. Tiamian for baller wati.
Hey, give it to me. Hey, man. Go. One time. Stop. Enough you guys, so continue.
yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 Ghana cedis. And you could win 26 times your stake on the exciting new Pick 1 game from Game Park. Play by dialing *946# on all networks via our website or download the Game Park app on www.gameparkgames.com. Choose your Pick 1 number from 1 to 36. Place your stake and watch our live draws on Adum TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily.
Hey, live life like me with Game Park. Game Park, more moolah, more power.
This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and couple the makers in
The pneumatological aberration of the Lord revealed unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. Up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasa Mainzongo Junction. Edike Pharmacy Dining. Oyer Fateman Boga Junction. Ashaman Valco Flat. Kumasi. Ahinema Kokobin. Asafu Buachi Hospital Junction. Takradi. Number 9 Market.
Tell mom and dad about the Makers Blessing Attack promo.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254. Terms and conditions apply. The same got to move.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model, securing your safety, creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Good evening again and welcome to this edition of the program. Thank you very much, viewers. I hope that you enjoyed the break. It's 18 minutes to the top of the hour 10, and tonight we have President Akufo-Addo is in the storm again. He's in the eye of the storm. Now, this is the story. So every now and again, or perhaps I should say now and then, now and again is more regular than now and then. Every now and then, we hear the story about the spillage of the water from the Akosombo Dam. When the hydro dam was created, it was told that one of the downsides of the hydro dam situation is that on occasion you have to spill the water into the community. So this happens every now and then. So recently we were all concerned and worried when we heard that the thing is going to be spilled to, especially the people in the North Tongue area, the Akosombo area, that is Jasikan, and then there's the Jasikan, the Akosombo, Okujetus, a Blackwise place, Joapon, those places, Joapon, all the way on the way to, you have to take Jude off. I've passed the football stage. I come back to, I'm going to say something about Jude Bellingham, but now let's start the program on politics. I was trying to describe the area. There's a town there that I'm looking for, the name is not coming. Anyway, it's on that stretch. All those people, they are farmers, great hard-working farmers. So when this happens, it affects their livelihood in the farming business, and it also affects their habitation, where they live, and all of that. The water takes it away. Even if you have schools, the water will flood the schools because there's a lot of water coming. It's not rainwater, it's water that is coming from the Akosombo Dam. So that's always a big concern for all Ghanaians. Now, it happened again. Last week up to the weekend, beginning of this week, it happened again. And President Mahama had been there to look at the victims, and that's what happens all the time. Politicians go there to look at the victims, but somehow we have never been able to really solve the problem, to put our foot down and be able to solve the problem. We haven't been able to do it. So we try to do our best as much as we can. That's what happens, all right? So this time it happened again. Now, here's the story. At the beginning, there were political sentiments from the opposition NDC that government is not paying attention to the people of the Volta region. And they try to spin this on politics and political matters, and because NDC, MPP doesn't get voted, they are not going there. They started these kinds of little bits of noises. And then yesterday, President Akufo-Addo went there. Okay. So I'll show you what happened when President Akufo-Addo went there. But then this morning on Good Morning Ghana, Metro TV's famous program, Good Morning Ghana, the newspaper review program, we were watching, and then we saw this man talking about something the president said when he went to Volta region. And I've heard that from a few people. So I really wanted to see the tape. I've seen the tape. I'll share the tape with you viewers. And then when you look at the tape, you'll see how these people can obscure truth just so that they can score a political point. I'm also not so sure whether, given their relationship with the Volta region, the good people of the Volta region, that the NDC are feeling guilty. I think that really is the point. It is their guilt. But why was the problem? Nobody is accusing you of anything. You are a responsible political party, the NDC. You've been in government before. From 1981 up to 1992, the antecedent of the NDC, PNDC, was in government. 10 years, 1 decade. From 1992 up to 2000, the NDC itself, not its antecedents, some of the actors are the same, but the NDC itself was in power. 8 years, plus 10, 18 years. The dam spillage has been going on from 1970s. The spillage of the Akosombo Dam. It's been going on since the 1970s. 1981, NDC took power December 31st, so call it January 1st, 1982, if you like. In fact, the establishment proclamation that was written by Chachuti Kata is January 4th, 1982. Okay, so we can start the government of the PNDC from then. 10 years, nothing. 8 years on top of it, nothing. And then comes President Kufuor's administration, finishes 8 years, the government loses the election. NDC, Professor Mills, John Mahama, 8 years, plus 18. 8 plus 18, 24. 24 years of leadership since the dam was spilling. Nobody is accusing the NDC of anything. I'm suspicious that it is their own guilt. That is why they feel that, hey, you are trying to say that. So they are all over the place. Now, have a look at this man on television this morning. Completely incensed about something Akufo-Addo said. Who is saying NDC has said it has not done anything? Nobody is saying NDC has not done anything. It's the politics that started coming. I don't know whether it came from NDC or it came from bloggers or it came from journalists. But the sentiment started last week that the government of the MPP is not paying attention to this thing, largely because they don't get votes from the Volta region. Didn't the MPP win 1 seat in the Volta region in 2020 against all odds? Didn't John Peter Mewu win a seat in Hohoe? So what's the problem? I think that the NDC are feeling guilty about this. And I don't know what is in the minds of the people who are victims. They are victims now. The problem has to be solved. It's not a time for politics. But listen to this young man. Play the first tape. The first tape of the man on Good Morning Ghana. Play the tape.
Honorable, speak to your people.
No, but
that manner.
With all due respect, point of
would you speak to your people in that manner?
Point of order. You see,
in your constituency, you can segment like we do. Hold on.
I'll come back to you.
In politics, you can say that, okay, even in English, a man from your constituency, this area, this is where the bulk of my votes come. So when there is a natural disaster in one of the areas or so, you go there and say, if it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense! Mr. President, you are not doing us any favor.
Lawyer.
No, it's insulting.
Please.
Look at you. Look at you.
Counsel.
You see, the disrespect is, and this is not the first time.
But you are disrespecting your viewers on the show.
No,
on the live show this morning.
How vulgar, nonsense.
Allow me.
This is nonsense talk.
Please.
And you see, look at you. Hold on. This is not the first time Akufo-Addo is doing this. And I take strong exception to this because it looks like, look, the last, hold on.
I'm coming. Allow me.
You hear him? He describes something Akufo-Addo said as what nonsense. This man sits on the television, calls something the president said what nonsense. Akufo-Addo is the first president or the first person to invite criticism upon his government. He said it so many times. He started by saying that you have to be spectators and not, you have to be citizens and not spectators. You can criticize him. Yes, you can say anything about what the president has done. Akufo-Addo is a president to accept criticism. He has no problem with that because he's a debater himself. You've noticed that he's a key and keen debater. He's happy to debate people who have contrary views to his on any matter, politics, philosophy. He's happy to do that. So he accepts criticism. You can criticize the president, but you sit on television and you talk about something the president said. What nonsense. I will show you what the president said. Then you come back and see whether it warrants this kind of comment. And I'll show you the characterization of these people these days. And you see that it's all the same amongst them. Now this young man sits there, and because people are calling him incoming Deputy Attorney General, that's his Tamaklo's new name, you don't know. Because he comes around and everywhere he goes, oh, incoming Deputy Attorney General, that's what is going into their heads. They are all calling themselves incoming something, because without presenting the Ghanaian people with one single policy for next year's election, the National Democratic Congress have, as of today, 1 year to the election, not presented Ghanaians with one policy. 0. They believe that they will win next year's election because Ghanaians are angry with MPP. Fair enough. Ghanaians are angry with MPP. Maybe. But the NDC think that they will win the election, so they don't have to think and bring Ghanaians one policy. They don't have to look at what is happening and tell Ghanaians that, look, we are going to change it. So people like this guy go around calling themselves incoming Deputy Attorney General. That's what he calls himself. So you see his shoulders is rising and the arrogance and pomposity is coming out. We are going to watch what Akufo-Addo said. And then we will come back and play what he said. And then juxtapose and see whether, if it's not pomposity and arrogance in their thinking that he's incoming Deputy Attorney General, somebody is incoming, and you don't, me and they are my friends, so I know. That's how they call themselves, incoming Minister of Energy, incoming. If you go to President Mohammed's office, everybody is incoming. Somebody shows up, hey, incoming Information Minister. Then somebody comes, hey, incoming. That's how they call themselves. So this guy is called incoming Deputy Attorney General. That's what he responds to. That's the new tagline that he responds to. So when he's climbing the steps, incoming Deputy Attorney General. When he goes to court, incoming Deputy Attorney General. When he passes here, he goes to eat somewhere, incoming Deputy Attorney General. Everybody amongst them is incoming something. Coming when? Coming in January 2025. Why? Because NDC will win the election. Why? Because Ghanaians are not happy with MPP. Does the NDC have a policy? They have not told us of one. They haven't told us. They go and watch at the dam and see the dam spill. They don't supply any policy. Now look, this damn thing, the NDC thinks that when we come to power, this is what we'll do. This is the engineering solution. This is that solution. 0. As for them, they don't want to tell us anything. Just that Ghanaians are angry with MPP, so they will vote for us. So if I'm an NDC person, I'm an incoming something. Okay, let me put myself in NDC and tell. So what will I be? I am incoming defense minister. So please, when you see me, call me incoming Minister of Defense. Somebody else incoming foreign minister. We know him. Somebody is this guy on TV is incoming Deputy Attorney General. That's how they call themselves. Okay, let's listen to him again. Let me play the shorter Tamaklo for me. The 30 seconds, play it.
If it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense! Mr. President, you are not doing us any favor.
No, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Play it again. We didn't say it. Play it again. You see how everybody is panicking when you watch the video? Play it. Look at his shoulders when he's talking. Incoming Deputy Attorney General. Incoming. Because NDC has won the election already. Incoming Deputy Attorney General. Listen to him.
If it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense! Mr. President, you are not doing us any favor. If it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense! Mr. President, you are not doing us any favor.
Okay, so we're building the story. Let's see what Akufo-Addo said. Now I'm going to show you what Akufo-Addo said in 2 parts. I'm going to show you the first part, was a main statement, and I'm going to show you the second part where Akufo-Addo talked about Vote for me, don't vote for me, I'm here, I'm not here. We'll hear what he said. Then we'll come back and deal with this so-called incoming Deputy Attorney General. This is what Akufo-Addo said in the first instance, the first Akufo-Addo video.
I hope you take the message all across. North Tongu, South Tongu, Central Tongu, that when these things happen and government acts, politics does not come into the matter at all.
Mianya, miana monosi, benu itogwi jola, politics me hiale me crowd. Amopakbe eyale bebere.
When I took the oath of office as president, I took the oath of office as president of every single individual in Ghana. Of all peoples in Ghana, all districts. And whether they voted for me or not, once I have taken the oath, I am the president of all the people. So I came here because Ghanaians are having difficulties and are suffering. And it is my responsibility to try and help. Because if it's a question of counting who votes for me and who doesn't vote for me, I shouldn't be here because you don't vote for me. But that is not my concern. And in any event, one day you will vote for me and my party.
Viewers, you have seen it. The preamble, Akufo-Addo set up, I don't know whether they don't understand it, but they understand it. The preamble setup is that I'm here as a president. This has nothing to do with politics. I'm here to solve the problem. It's not about politics, whether we are not doing politics. Ghanaians are in trouble, I'm here. That ended. Then he went on to say that, well, in any case, you people, if it's about vote, I won't be here because you don't vote for me. What was the response from the crowd? It drew laughter. This is the contextual analysis of what happened. The response from the crowd there, I don't know where he was, whether it's South Town or North Town. The response of the crowd there was laughter. And then he went on to say that, but that is not the point. And in any case, one day you vote for me. So he talked about the state of affairs in jest, in joke, they laughed. And then he went on to campaign to say that one day you will vote for me, and they laughed again. Then this guy comes on. Okay, let's watch that part, the Akufo-Addo second one. Only that part. Let's watch it again. Only that part. Let's watch it.
Because if it's a question of counting who votes for me and who doesn't vote for me, I shouldn't be here because you don't vote for me. But that is not my concern. And in any event, one day you will vote for me and my party.
I actually like that sound bites for the president. It shows the reconciliatory nature of Ghanaian politics, doesn't it? Those people who sit there and call for Niger and call for Rwanda and all those things. This shows the reconciliatory nature of Ghanaian politics. Here is the president sitting in the place, in the belly of the opposition, and he's telling the people that I'm here to solve your problem. But you people cry, you don't even vote for me. It's a campaign. And then he ends by saying that, in any case, one day you will vote for me. He is campaigning. Don't they understand this? Because of their incoming and the arrogance, the sheer arrogance and pomposity. This guy sits on the TV and calls Akufo-Addo's expressions, what nonsense. Really? What nonsense? The position that you want your flag bearer to occupy. You are disrespecting that position. Guy on the TV, he wants his flag bearer, President Mahama, to occupy. I don't know whether viewers have noticed that I always refer to John Mahama as President Mahama. There's a reason. Because I'm telling the young people that when somebody has been president of Ghana, he's always president of Ghana. I never stand here and say former president, President Mahama. So the position that he wants his candidate, President Mahama, to occupy, He is disrespecting that position. And they don't even understand what it means. To disrespect a position that you are hoping to attain. They don't understand what it means. So this guy sits down on the radio and then he says, let's play Akufo-Addo again. And then we'll play him again. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his shoulders. Look, incoming Deputy Attorney General. Incoming. I see.
If it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense? Mr. President, you are not doing us any favor.
Because if it's a question of counting who votes for me and who doesn't vote for me, I shouldn't be here because you don't vote for me. But that is not my concern. And in any event, one day you will vote for me and my party.
I think because he's young in politics, if I have to say something for him, because he's young in politics, he doesn't know it's a campaign. He doesn't understand it. Rawlings did these things in Ashanti region all the time. And the people will laugh about it. Rawlings will say that, hey, they say Konongo. We say, hey, Konongo, they mean to me, everybody's laughing. It's a campaign, and it shows the reconciliatory nature, conciliatory nature, and the Professor Mills's word. It will come. It shows the conciliatory and reconciliatory nature of our politics. The commandery. That's what I was looking for. That's Professor Mills's word. Professor Mills taught me that way. It shows the commandery among our politicians, among our political systems, that the president can stand in the belly of the opponent, people who don't vote for him, and can talk like this with them. Is it not beautiful? Listen to him on Good Morning Ghana. Play the second time, the smaller one. Play it.
If it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense? Mr. President, you are not doing us any favor.
Please, play the president again. The second one, please don't mess it up. Play the president, the second one again. I want viewers to get it. Play the president again.
Because if it's a question of counting who votes for me and who doesn't vote for me, I shouldn't be here because you don't vote for me. But that is not my concern. And in any event, one day you will vote for me and my party.
So you saw the spirits within which the president spoke, the context, the spirit of the event, and the spirit of the place. You saw how the president spoke. See how he says it on Good Morning Ghana. Having seen the video and knows what the president said, this is the kind of politics they do. Now play the guy. Play him.
If it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense? Mr. President, you are not doing us any favor.
You get it? That's the kind of politics we have. Look at this guy. Oh. Look at this guy. Raising his shoulders because he's called incoming Deputy Attorney General. Looks at what is wrong with what the president said. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what president. If you're a student of politics, you've seen it all the time. A Republican candidate goes to the north of America, northern parts of America. That's what he says. Because the north belongs to the Republicans. A Democrat comes to the south. That's what he says. Because the south belongs to the Republicans. Anytime you go to a place where people don't vote for you, especially if you're president, that's how you joke about it. It is very normal. President Akufo-Addo did nothing wrong. He was absolutely right. He was showing the commandery in our politics. He was showing the conciliatory and reconciliation nature. Chief of staff was sitting by him. You saw his reaction. When the president himself spoke, he was laughing. The chief of staff was laughing. The crowd laughed. And then he went on to campaign to them and said that one day you will vote for me and my party. What is wrong with this? Is that why they come and hang the president and crucify him? This matter? And people with such overgrown pomposity, as I call the delusions of self-grandeur, because they call him incoming Deputy Attorney General. He thinks that he has already taken the seat as Deputy Attorney General, so he can talk what he likes about anyone. Well, tell him that humility pays, and God loves a humble heart. It is very important. Humility pays. Humility, you can say. You can criticize the president. I criticize President Mahama here every day. I criticize Johnson Asiedu Nketia every day. But because I don't insult him, when I saw him in Kumasi, and I said, oh, is that General? I said, yeah, that's General. You every day are talking about me, and we had a nice conversation. Because I don't come and stand here, and Johnson Asiedu Nketia is older than me. I will criticize him, but I will never say something like what has been said. What nonsense. You can say that, but Mr. President, you can't do that. You can't go to a situation like that, and in the midst of the say this, that, you can say all that, but you don't react the way he reacted. It shows arrogance, disrespectfulness, pomposity. I mean, I don't even understand. You see it in Atuforsen. He goes to raise his shoulder somewhere and says that I'm being disrespected because a watchman is coming for my... He doesn't even understand who he's talking to. You see it in Martin Pebu. He goes to court and says, I am smart and popular. You see it in all of them. And then you see it in this young man. Look at him. Look at this young man. Look at him. Look at Atuforsen here. Where are you people getting the arrogance from? Incoming Minister of Finance. Incoming 2025 Minister of Finance. That's what they call themselves. Because he thinks he's incoming Minister of Finance, he believes that he has a right to go to the Bank of Ghana and the governor should come and see him. If the governor sends somebody, says, watchman, I won't deal with it. Go back to the Tamaklo tape. Play the Tamaklo second tape again. Look at the arrogance of his body language. Talking about something that the president was joking with the constituents at. Simply because he thinks that he's incoming Deputy Attorney General. He has to show the pomposity and the arrogance. So disrespectful. I don't know whether he has a priest. If you are his pastor, please talk to him. Because he is so arrogant and disrespectful. That's not what the Bible teaches. What is this? What kind of politics is this? Somebody goes to court and say, because I'm smart and popular, I've taken the way. Another person goes to stand at Bank of Ghana and say, somebody is watchman. Somebody who is clever more than you. He's a watchman. That's how they are. Where are they getting this arrogance from? Where are they getting it from? Have we seen that in Ghanaian politics approaching an election before? I have covered all these elections. At 2000 when I was covering elections, I'm sure he was in secondary school or something like that. People don't even know I'm older than him. Because if you look at the two of us, you think he's older. I'm older. And I've been covering elections before he emerged. I've covered all the elections. I have not seen the prelude to an election like this one, where there's so much arrogance because I think that I've won the election. Because people don't like MPP, so they'll vote for me. Where is your policy? Zero policy. 1 year before the election, we haven't heard anything. Nothing has come. But they just think that they will win the election because people don't like it. So they start giving themselves position. If you go there, they've shared the post. All the cabinet posts have gone. People are fighting people in NDC because somebody has taken his post. The post that has not yet come. Somebody has taken it and somebody is fighting somebody. Check in this. I know them. Me, they are my people. I know them. I know them. They are fighting over positions because somebody has taken somebody's position when the position has not yet come. It is coming after an election victory, but they think the election victory has come. So this guy goes on Good Morning Ghana. Having seen the video of Akufo-Addo, viewers, tell me what you think. Please send me. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'll concede if I'm wrong. Send me text and tell me. Having seen what Akufo-Addo said, and the interaction Akufo-Addo had, the engagement he had with the people, having seen all of that, please show me whether I'm wrong. Play Tamaklo again. Look, what's his body language?
If it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense? Mr. President, you are not doing us any favor.
Play it again. One more time. Play it again.
If it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense? Mr. President, you are not doing us any favor. If it's about those who vote for me or who don't vote for me, I won't be here. What nonsense? Mr. President, you are not doing...
What nonsense? Really? What nonsense when a politician in the position of a president goes to Volta Region to campaign and says that I'm doing everything I have to do. We are doing everything we have to do. I've been talking to the MPs I'm talking to. But, you know, this is not politics. That's the president's preamble. He started by saying, because the NDC people started last week saying that the government of the MPP is not paying attention because it's our friends and brothers from the Volta region, and therefore the government is not paying attention because the government doesn't win votes. Didn't the Hohoi people elect John Peter Amewu as their parliamentarian? Are the Hohoi people not in Volta region? Are they not part of Ghana? The people in Zelukope, Sugakope, Adudome, Juje, Joje, Keta, are they not Ghanaians? Who will conceive of them as not Ghanaians? If something happens to them, it's as important that it happens to everyone. And that's what the president set out in the preamble when he spoke to them. Then he says that if it was about elections, I will not even be here because you don't vote for me. In any case, I know that one day you vote for me and my party. Everybody claps. You should applaud that. This is commandery. This is conciliatory. Then he says on TV because he's going to be incoming Deputy Attorney General. I'm being urged to leave it. It's 9 minutes to the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. So I'll leave it. What's our second story? Our second story, I believe, is Kisi Ajabin. Let's take the text messages and then we'll come to the second story. It's 9 minutes past the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. So what do you have? Fatih, let's start with you.
All right, thank you, Paul. And this is coming from Shaibu Al-Hassan. And Shaibu says, "What's nonsense was a wrong choice of word. Irrespective of political differences, respect is the key." Coming from Nana Astala, he says, "What the president said brought some joy. It's a relief from the stress they have been through." And he said, in quotes, "if there is a question of." And this coming from Matthew Nana Baden, he says, "1, contest is everything. 2, some of our journalists are the problem of this country. There is a reason for the president's initial statement about being the president for all Ghanaians, and going there is not about politics. 4, what did some NDC people say before the president went there? That is the context of the president's initial statement." Coming from Abdullah Abdul Razak, he says, "The desperation from the opposition NDC is top notch, but they should tell us what they have. That is the policies to develop Ghana, but not to dwell on primitive campaign tactics to deceive Ghanaians." Coming from General Coleman, he says, "Good evening, Paul and the team. What is killing the beauty of Ghana politics is the culture of insult. The reason why all politicians must watch Good Evening Ghana." Coming from Akite, he says, "Paul, the NDC are bleeding serious because they are in opposition." And lastly, coming from Suwari Al-Haji, says, "In fact, NDC is not an association for mosque and churchgoers. Not at all. They think the victory lies in the sufferings of Ghanaians. That is why they are praying for Ghanaians to continue suffering. They will never support to continue suffering. They will never support any good policy. They will help take away the suffering as easily as possible." Antoinette, what do you have?
Let me take this one from Efo Komla says, "Eduji Tamaklo's comments surely do not represent the discerning and politically savvy guys, and surely intellectually well-heeled from the Volta Regional. Some of these guys have very limited exposure and play what we call the provincial type of politics. They embarrass us Voltarians terribly." Have a good evening. That's from Efo Komla. Efo Komla, thank you very much for watching our show. Okay, go on.
Okay, Hope Kabla also says, "There is no problem with what the president said, in my opinion, and his demeanor is not in sync with the interpretation given to his comment." Kofi Osei Owusu also says, "I think the president was very humorous, and I believe that he didn't mean what he said because his comment followed with a laughter, so I think he was just kidding." Thank you very much, Paul. Whatever has become of a section of Ghanaians that they don't think thoroughly about issues before jumping to conclusions, they believe that the insult on the president will translate into automatic victory for the NDC. Abdullah Abdul Razak also says, "Mr. President hit the nail right on the head for the kind of desperate opposition party we have. The NDC's strength is to always put out lies against the government, and when the government responds, they find it very difficult to withstand it." Kisi Evans also says the president was just playing with them. Ghanaians do not know how to play. Lastly, Mahami Adams, "Good evening, Paul. People should listen to President Nana Addo with their heart and not their head. The NDC people think they're smart. You made utterances that suggested that the president is not paying much attention to the Volta region flood victims because they don't vote him and his party. Now the man made clarifications on his visit, and now you take just a snippet of his speech to do propaganda. What a wicked opposition. In the first place, why do you start politics with this crucial issue that everyone needs?" And then Lily Walls thinks that Nado didn't say anything wrong. The NDC and their supporters are just capitalizing on it, thinking Ghanaians will vote for them. Achiakai. Angela.
So there's another one here. It's from Sentence. He spells the sentence. That's his name though. Centence Bafo. He says, "John Mahama," that's President Mahama, "went to the Ashanti region and said that even if I tie the rose with gold, you people will not vote for me." I clearly remember that. I was going to make that point. And that's why I talk about those of us who have been covering elections. John Mahama said that. He said, even if I tie the rose of gold, but he was joking. John Mahama was joking when he said that in 2016. We all know that he was joking. Nobody insulted him. This Tamaklo guy comes to sit down And the office of the president, I think, must demand an apology from him. He may say he won't do it, but put it on record that he demanded an apology and says he won't apologize. He doesn't respect the president, he won't apologize. Let's do that. Office of the president, please write to Metro TV demanding an apology from that guy. What kind of politics is this? Okay, this is what the guy says. He says, when John Mahama said that, somebody could have said it's disrespectful, but nobody insulted him because people understood what John Mahama was saying, that he was campaigning. Then he uses some very harsh words for the Tamaklo guy, which I can't repeat. And he says he eats from people's houses, which we don't know, we don't care. That's not the point. And he says he's very arrogant, which is okay. So, but that's the point. The reason why I'm reading this text is that I was going to make the point, and I'm happy that a viewer has seen it. President Mahama made that comment in 2016. He said, as for Ashanti region, even if I pave the roads with gold, they will still not vote for me. He said so. People laughed. And what is the problem? Is it a hatred? But you at your size and height, you are hating Akufo-Addo for what? I mean, what is wrong with these people? You are hating Akufo. Is it hatred? I hope it's not hatred. It's just maybe he wants to be a hero. And maybe in their context, the more you insult, the bigger hero you become. So they are used to creating a persona for insulting people and people in higher office. And when you do that, you become a bigger hero. Maybe he's looking for that heroism so that he may move from incoming Deputy Attorney General to incoming Attorney General. Maybe that's what he's looking for. But what he did was crass. And we shouldn't encourage that. We shouldn't encourage that in our media discourse in the prelude to the election or at the time the election occurs. We shouldn't encourage that. This is very crass. You can criticize the president. We do that here all the time. I'm about to criticize Kisio Ajabe, but I will not insult him. I'm about to criticize him heavily. Don't go anywhere. It's coming big time. But I will not insult him. He's my friend. I'm his friend. I don't know whether he still considers me as a friend, but for me, he's my friend. But that's different from running the office of the special prosecutor in a way that will create problem for the entire democratic development. That's the point I'm making. That's what I'm here to do. So you can criticize the president, but to say that president said something which President Mahama has said before, and then you sit on TV and say what nonsense, and you think that's okay? You can say that about the president, and it's okay? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Delusions of self-grandeur, it has entered their head. The pomposity has entered their head. These are the same people who occasion doomsday to people of Ghana. These are the same people who cost us to pay 1 billion take or pay for 3 years of the Akufo-Addo administration. These are the same people who couldn't really achieve much between 2016 and 2020. They achieved zero, and that's what showed in the election results. The 1 million deficit they had shows that they achieved negative. Agricultural growth was negative. The Minister of Agriculture is today the General Secretary of their party. We are going to have a very beautiful campaign because we know them and they know us. So we're going to have a campaign. We here sitting in the media are going to ensure that Ghanaians are presented with a choice and nothing is going to be left out. And these kinds of propaganda, when they do it, because video doesn't lie, we will come and expose them like we are trying to do tonight. This is what Akufo-Addo said, this is the video. So how can this video generate this reaction from this little guy? Why? This very, very little guy. Why? Well, what are they saying?
He says that, good evening, Paul. If you want to be popular now, just choose to insult the president, and that is it. But the youth have forgotten that one day they will also become the elders. Believe me, the worst will be done to Kofi. Daddy Penzi says, is Paul going to hail Persec over their triumphant win over Accra Academy? Nite from Kwashimon says, it is said that he who pays the piper calls the tune. The president started all this by the statement he made, but let me be quick to add that the use of the word and the N-word by the NDC man is in bad taste. Ahmed from Tamale says, Paul, please, why worry? JDM went to Kumasi and driving through Manhia area to Manhia. Thank you. Manhia area to Bonwire had blaring music. What he said? Bonwire. It's not Bonwire. The ladies are laughing at you, you know. Right. He said it had blaring music of Yenti Obiara and dead goods, etc. Who said what? Kamal Amasaman said, Paul, President Nana Addo exhibited true leadership by visiting the affected victims of Mepe, and he has quickly directed for relief items to be sent. Therefore, the insult and propaganda against the president by the, he says in quote, so-called Deputy Attorney General of the NDC is needless. Abdul Zati said, Tamaklo has really exhibited his arrogance this morning. I watched it live. I wanted to get such a platform to address his ranting posture. Someone should remind him that whether he calls the president by name or not, the president is still and would remain the president of the country. The perception of them occupying positions is blinding their humanity. Now, Desmond from Donkokrom says, and he names one journalist with a prominent media company, I will not name it, said similarly things this morning, using words like uncivilized to refer to the president, and I was very shocked. Later, he comes to say the president was a friend to his uncle and that he used to sit and eat with him. Paul, does that give him the audacity, I think he means to type, to speak to the president anyhow? What hypocrisy. And lastly, Master Planner says, my sympathies to all the victims in Volta region. When President Nana Addo visited them, if you watch the video well, the affected people were happy and clapping for President Nana Addo when he made those comments. But why is the NDC angry and crying? They should stop crying more than the bereaved. Propaganda at its peak. They always want to take political advantage of every situation. Well, back to you, Paul, if you're ready.
Wow. Okay, I'm a text here. Somebody says, hi, Paul. Really, really good show. We don't know what we would have done without you in the media space. I want to respond to Tamaklo Infanti. How do I? Well, send a voice note. We'll play it and listen. If it's palatable, I'll send it to him. I have his number. I nearly called him this afternoon to tell him that, bro, this is political campaign. You have to be very careful. This is an 80-year-old man you are talking about. He's president of Ghana. We all criticize. I was criticizing presidents before when you were in JSS. So we know how to criticize presidents. But you have to be able to do it without insulting the office and the personality of the president. When a person becomes president, a lot has changed about him. Many years ago when the NPP were looking for, and my lady, don't include this one. This is just commentary, so don't include it. Many years ago when the NDC were looking for, NPP were looking for power, and then I believe it was the budget, no, the sessional address of 2011. Was it 2011? Yes, the sessional address of 2011. And the MPP MPs decided to dramatize something in Parliament. So they all had a red card, like the football red card, in their pocket. And when Professor Mills arrives in the parliamentary chamber, where the speaker says to, when the speaker is coming, they announce, Mr. Speaker, and then people stand up. So when the president is coming, the speaker announces, honorable members, His Excellency, the President of Ghana, everyone is expected to rise. The MPP people didn't rise. They sat down, and then they showed Professor Mills the red card. And later on, they were being told that part of the reason why he didn't win the 2012 elections, in terms of the esoteric, I'm not talking the physical, in terms of the esoteric, the reason why he didn't win the election was because you dishonored the office of the president by showing him red card. This is the office you were hoping to occupy in 2012 with a victory. That same office, you don't disrespect it. You don't disrespect an office you want to occupy. Tamaklo sits there and just disrespect the office that President Mahama wants to occupy. I think that I nearly called him this afternoon and said, I've not called him in years. I nearly called him. This is a young man that one day he did a Supreme Court case. I didn't know him. I called and I said that, for a guy who has done 3-4 years at the bar, who has been able to deliver this, he was a lawyer for Zanetta Rollins. I invited him to the Good Evening Ghana studio. He came to sit down with trepidation, and I interviewed him and congratulated him for doing a good work and told him that his legal career will go well. Suddenly, look at what he has become, because he is called incoming Deputy Attorney General. But if you're incoming Deputy Attorney General, praise God. Is that why you should insult people who are presidents and in this manner? And really, when the insult is not justified, this video that we showed from Mepe, what is nonsense about it? What the president said. If he started by giving his statements he did, then he went on to say that if it's about politics, I won't be here because you don't vote for me. And I know that. Everybody laughs. He says that, well, I'm hoping that next time you vote for me and my party. Everybody laughs. What is nonsense about this? What is nonsense about it? But because of politics, I think that we have to streamline these things in Ghana. Anyway, have me Jude Bellingham. Let me make a prophetic statement and then I'll go to the next line of action. Maybe we should take the break again, because when we come, we're going to Kisia Jabe and Dampare. That's going to be very hot. We can't take a break in the middle. And my bosses have been telling me that I don't take the break and they will stop paying me my bonus because I don't take the break. So that will cost me money, so I have to take the break. Jude Bellingham, this guy, I wanted to say something. I was watching him today playing for England. You see, every time I hear about Jude Bellingham, I want to watch him. One of my children loves him. He says that Jude Bellingham is his man. Okay. So because of that, I want to watch Jude Bellingham. I watched him last week or so play for Real Madrid. He did well. So today I decided to watch the England-Italy game. I don't know whether the Italians have a full squad, but I didn't notice any real player that I can recognize in the Italian team. But they play like the Azuris play anyway. They took the lead. Typical Azuris. They took the lead. And then in the penalty goal was created by Bellingham. Forget about that. The second goal that Marcus Rashford scored, Jude Bellingham had the ball in the penalty arc. You should look for the highlights, viewers. Just go on your phone and after the program, watch the program, and after the program, look for the highlights. In the penalty arc of England, he picked up the ball. My goodness, the way he won the ball, the way he dazzled, ran all the way and set it up for Marcus Rashford. It was a delight for me because I have come to like Bellingham because of my child, and I like Marcus Rashford because of Manchester United. So for me, that was the best goal. And then later on, Harry Kane, I was running late, and they were asking me, won't you go? Are you not getting late? I said, let me see whether Jude Bellingham will do something again. You know, so I like to say that this guy is going somewhere. 20 years old. He's really, really going somewhere. I was discussing with my wife this evening that who is Bellingham? She said Bellingham is Lampard. I said, no, you see, you are talking Abrofo. Those of us who are old, and I'm going to put this question, write a text. There was a Ghanaian player called Ali Ibrahim. I won't tell you the team he played for. Tell me how Ali Ibrahim looks like Jude Bellingham in the way he plays, and which club did Ali Ibrahim play for? If you think of Ali Ibrahim, that's Jude Bellingham. But I mean, they are talking about Lampard, and we are older and we are local. So Ali Ibrahim is Jude Bellingham. I really, really like the guy. I hope he goes on very. I hope that he comes around from Real Madrid and signs for Manchester United, even though I like Madrid too. But he should come and sign for Manchester United at the Old Trafford next year when Sheikh. What's the Sheikh's name, by the way? No, he'll come back. They were telling me the Sheikh has left. Okay, viewers. Next story. Have Kissi Agyabeng there. I'll divide the Kissi Agyabeng story into two. And then, you want the break? Okay, they insist on the break. Let me take the break. That's how I get paid. It's 26 minutes past 10. That's 10 o'clock. Yes, there's a video that I need to show you. So as I was on the video, one of our reporters has just come from Mepe. One of our Metro reporters just arrived. He just walked into us. You didn't see him. He just came and said, Chief, what you are talking about, I just have a video from the Queen Mother in the Volta region who heard that Akufo-Addo was being criticized for what he said. Queen Mother in the Volta region, this is what she said.
President here promises, I say immediately he will see to us, and in the long term, he will see to us. Joke kakra President Koye say eka vote anka wambaha no enu mo adani news enu na mo di chi ya sema atu ya ye kanu enu mo amfa nya asem joke kakra President ye no enu na mo di aya asem journalist mu so ye ni anje mu hu afen so baby a nsuo.
Finish. So you heard her. Word has gone around to them in the Volta region that President Akufo-Addo is being abused for that thing he said, the political matter. And she's saying that, but what was that? There was no problem. But this is what it is all the time. And I don't know whether they've forgotten that in the era of social media, the videos are available. It will come back. They've forgotten. I think they've forgotten. And can you listen to the Queen Mother again? Listen, just before we take the break, let's listen to the Queen Mother again.
President here promises, I say immediately he will see to us, and in the long term, he will see to us. Joke kakra President Koye say eka vote anka wambaha no enu mo adani news enu na mo di chi ya sema atu ya ye kanu enu mo amfa nya asem joke kakra President ye no enu na mo di aya asem journalist mu so ye ni anje mu hu.
So that's the Queen Mother. She's from Mepe. Apparently, that's one of the worst affected areas. So viewers, you have seen it. I think, truly speaking, for the little bit of political journalism I've done for a few years, I think the NDC is feeling guilty. And they ought to feel guilty. These are the people, your so-called World Bank. These are the World Bank thing. And your World Bank has been lying desolate, and you've taken power for 26 years since 1981. You can't do anything for them. Every 4 years, you go and World Bank and come and win power. Even if you lose the election, the Volta region is the reason why you lose respectably. Every 4 years, you go to World Bank, come and bank. Every 4 years, World Bank. Then, since 35 years ago, every 2-3 years, they are spilling Akosombo dam on them. You just go there and collect their vote, World Bank, and bank, World Bank, and you don't solve their problem. So they are feeling guilty. Because the people are growing. Free SHS has now made people enlightened. Everybody has gone to school. So they're asking questions. But what are these? What do these people do for us? Akufo-Addo goes there to do something for them and campaigns that they should vote for his party next time. And then you are calling him names. And you describe that as nonsense. Never seen this before. I'll come back to this guy. After the break, Kissi Agyabeng and Dampare are next on our agenda. We'll be right back.
Michelle say. Fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Betway is your gateway to a theme park full of gaming excitement. A whirlpool of wonder where your favorite games come to life. Where you can take to the skies with max payouts that reach into the millions. All in the palm of your hand. Visit betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet responsibly. Betway. Bet your way.
ECG is now cashless. My studio lights are always on. I never run out of power. With the ECG Power app, I'm able to report an issue, check my credit, buy power, all in real time whenever I need to. I don't worry if ECG vendors are closed. In the comfort of wherever I may be, I still keep my lights on thanks to the ECG Power app. You can simply use mobile money wallets, Visa or MasterCard. It does not attract e-levy. With the ECG Power app, you're totally covered. To download, go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. You don't have a smartphone? Don't worry. No internet? Don't worry. No data? Do not worry. Just dial *226#. This is what I call convenience in your hands. ECG Power app. A yes, simple pa.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and couple the makers in
The pneumatological abrasion of the Lord revealeth unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. Up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
enti tutumrika sisia.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
Sheshe the Makers Electronics Company Limited. Ewo Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasa Zongo Junction. Edike Pharmacy Dine. Oyer Fateman Boga Junction. Ashaman Valco Flat. Kumasi. Ahinema Kokobin. Asafu Buachi Hospital Junction. Takradi. Efie Kuma. Number 9 Market.
To and tell mom and dad about the Makers Blessing Attack program.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254. Terms and conditions apply.
Yamawako about the button Nadum Auto Fix and Accessories. Ahadie, a bando care CC near Wakadia. Ubenya biwa. Care bianene how any new here. Yansu ye wo hwenim de fu a obeso anu yi amao. Nadum Auto Fix and Accessories ye dwumedie die. Eye 24/7 o. Ye sese wo engine, wo brake, battery, yesesa wo tire. Se bando car wash dia. Ye wo abefun fidie bi ti se steamer ye de horo car engine abra nsuo nko engine nim. Ye san ye detailing metre se ye betwitwu car no mu ba bia amao. Ye wi a ya san polish car na ma o kama. Enye we no monko ye san to car batteries, tires, rims, any de keke kan. Manadum Auto Fix and Accessories ema wo car ensi ne dedem na enwu adwuma ma o. Hwehwe ye chira kwan wo dansuma na sorry dan ho a ene KFC bon hwani mu e won kran. Se wo information anansem bisa bia 024 651 9369. Nadum Auto Fix and Accessories. Wo kwan so yonko papa.
Isn't it? So we've been critical of Kissi Agyabin's processes and his works. Then, before I get to the story today, last Friday and Saturday, I was in Accra, and people called me and they said, Kissi Agyabin says that he's preparing something on you. I said, what is it? Preparing? They said, he says that he can put your voice in a recording and then and then he will publish it. And you'll be saying certain things in the recording that will incriminate you. I said, these things, is it true? Is that how they fight their battles? We are telling him that the processes that he's using is wrong. He says he has recording. He's going to... Then I heard another thing. He said, also, I didn't hear it from him. I don't know whether it's true. If he says it's not true, I can concede. But I heard it from reliable sources, people who know him. He also says that me and another minister, whose name and designation I won't mention, me and other minister, he's going to do something on us. He said he's going to, according to the expression that was used, he said he's going to plant some girls on us. I don't know whether he said it, but it's been attributed to him. That he's going to plant some girls on us. I don't understand what plant girls on a man means, but that's what we heard. He's going to plant girls on us. And for the other person, who's a minister, he's going to send somebody to him to tell the person that he's doing very well as a minister and therefore you should take this money. Some money. I don't know. So when they give the money to you, the guy has a recorder, as they always do. They have a recorder on their chest, in their head, in their ears, at the back of everywhere. So the guy has a video recorder. So when he's giving the money, it will be video recorded. But he's coming to tell this person that, you are doing a great job as a minister. So I think I want to give you money. Usually people will not be suspicious of something like that. So he gives the money to be recorded. Then when they put the film, they'll say, and the Minister of State accepted this amount of money as bribe, and then they will show the person handing over the money, but they will not play the audio of the conversation they were having. This is what they do. That's how they do it. They do it all the time. They've done it to me before, not successfully. I was there one day. People know this. Some guy called me on the phone and said, "Are you Mr. Paul?" I said, "Yes." I don't know why people say Mr. Paul. I think that the surname is too long, so they say Mr. Paul. I say, "Yes, I'm Mr. Paul." And I always answer that question straightforward. He said, "Okay, I need to talk to you." I said, "What do you want to talk about?" He said, please viewers listen. He said, "I have 36 million euro. I want to bring it to the Bank of Ghana but I'm having difficulty. So I was there with a friend of mine. I told him, wait, listen. So I put on speaker. I said, listen. He said, who is that? I said, you listen. I said, He said, yeah, I have 36 million euro. So I want to put it at the Bank of Ghana. I said, so take it to Bank of Ghana. He said, no. You see, I need somebody who knows the Minister of Finance or somebody like you who knows the president. I said, I don't know the president. Then he paused because they are recording that conversation too. That's how they are. They are recording that conversation too. I said, I don't know the president. This is 2018. Then he paused. He said, oh, you don't know the president? I said, no, I don't know the president. He said, but you support him? I said, yes, I support him, but I don't know him like that. He said, oh. I said, do you want to see that? He said, yes. I said, okay, I can take you to I mentioned the person's name. I can take you to this person who will take you to the president. So if you like, let me give you the person's number directly. Call him and tell him that you want to see the president. He will take you. He said, okay, what about the finance minister? I said, oh, I know him, but I can't go to him. But if you have money for the Bank of Ghana and you are having difficulty, please call this number. They said, what number? I said, take it down. I gave you a number, 02444 something. He said, okay, but whose number is that? I said, that's the number of Charles Edouboin. He's the deputy minister at finance. Then he said, oh. I said, yeah. Go to Charles Edouboin. He's the deputy minister. Go and tell him about this. He said, okay. So I didn't let him finish. I said, okay, so finish. He said, so this 36 million, if we're able to get it to Bank of Ghana, we'll give you 5 million. I burst out laughing. I said, look at them. Look at them. You give me 5 what? I'm mad. I said, I'm not interested. Go to Charles Edouboin. Then he said, okay, so can we meet at Labadi Beach Hotel? And when he said Labadi Beach Hotel, I knew it was them. That's how they operate. They're always looking for people. It was them. I said, why did you choose Labadi Beach Hotel? I know why he chose Labadi Beach Hotel. He said, go to Labadi. Let's meet at Labadi Beach. I said, meet at Labadi Hotel for what? He said, let's meet so that you tell me how to go about it. But Mr. Paul, I also appreciate your work. I like the work you are doing on TV. So when I see you, next thing I told him was, I mentioned one name that I won't mention here. I said, go and tell this person. And he knew the person, so he panicked a little bit. I said, if you call me again, I'll report to the police. So the conversation, then my friend said, what is that? I said, this is them. That's how they do it. He said, who? I said, they are doing another video. Then next time you hear Don't Call Me Conference Center. People have done queue. They are going to watch the video. Then they will see you on the video at Labadi Beach Hotel and they are giving you $20,000. That's how they do it. They said, is that what? I said, this is exactly what they do. Nothing more, nothing less. This is their modus operandi. Quickly, I called another person, somebody sensitive. I said, Chief, the boys are doing their thing. So if anybody calls you, say, hey, Paulus, yesterday somebody called me that he has 32 million for assets. Be very careful. Me, I'm target. You are target. They be very careful. He said, hey, I was just telling my wife. I said, it's them. They've started. It's them. Be extra careful. It's them. I mentioned the who is them. I just won't say it here. But I told him it is those people who be careful. So when I heard that, Mr. Dabi is saying that, he put my voice on some recording. And that, he said I came to visit Santa B. Great guy. Santa B is like a brother to Kisi. Very good guy. And I don't want to mention his full. He's a businessman. He's a private person. So no need to mention his name in detail. So he said I was at Santa B's house. I've been to Santa B's house once or twice, 3, maybe 4 times. In 2013, this African Cup of Nations, I don't know whether viewers remember, African Cup of Nations was shifted to South Africa from some country, I can't remember. Ghana went in and we played Burkina Faso in that controversial semi-final and we exited by penalty. I think Nigeria won that tournament. My trip to South Africa, together with some other people, was sponsored by Santa B because the tournament had just happened in January. So this was Christmas time. We were talking and they said Santa he's based in Pretoria. Santa B is largely based in Pretoria. So this was his territory. He said, I'm going. I said, he said, Paul, I said, I'll come. He gave us a great time. We stayed in his house in Pretoria. I went to watch the game. I won't mention the name of the other people, but they all know. We're all there together. So I know Santa B. But he's very, very close to. He's like a brother. They are like brothers. And so he said, I was in Santa B's house and I spoke to Santa B and he has some recordings. I don't even know what he's talking about. And so I don't know whether he said, I have to enter that caveat all the time. But the people who told me are reliable. If he comes out and says he didn't say that, fair enough. But this is what they do. We are criticizing you for your work. Come and answer the criticism. Say, I have some recording on him. That's their conversation. Like, you see, do you have video on him? Then Spiritsman will say, I have some video on him. Every day they have some video on people. Then they have gadgets. Then they can put your voice on some recording and it will play like it is you. And that's what they do. And this is always their weapon. Instead of dealing with the matters, because they are not concerned about democracy. They are not concerned about democratic development. They are concerned about themselves and their pockets and their fame, if you like. They are not concerned about developing democracy because they were not there when the democracy was being developed. They were not on the sidelines like some of us who watched the democracy being developed. So we cherish it. They don't care. They just come and they record somebody and get fame out of it, destroy our football, they become famous. That's all they want. They pick somebody, destroy him, they become famous, collect money, make money, become famous, destroy the system. I don't want to do that. I want to be part of building a democratic, developed society. That's what I want to be part of. That's my passion. Yes, everybody wants to live a good life, yes, but that is why I want to deploy my resources for compensation. I don't want to deploy my resources in recording somebody and faking something and get some shake somewhere to tell somebody I'll give you 40,000 and video them, and I don't want to do that. Some people want to do that, fair enough, but that's not correct. That's not the way we build a democratic society. You can't do that. Investigative journalism has its place. The BBC conducts investigative journalism. But some of what we have seen is not investigative journalism at all. It is banditry. Some of what we have seen is banditry. It's not investigative journalism. So Kisi Ajabin, I hear, says that, oh, Paul Ademoche and this other guy, I'll destroy them. I'll put their voice on something and they'll say it. And that, but he has been going to Santa's place. I'll record him. Really? Okay, that's the end of the first part of the story. The ambitions and the desires of Kisi Ajabin. Let me have Kisi Ajabin's photograph only there. Kisi Ajabin's only. And then I'll start the story. So we came here last week and we talked about Kisi Ajabin's behavior, about a court process. You are a special prosecutor. You observe that a check, a bank account has been opened in the name of a dead man. We've spilled a lot of airtime on that. We're not going to go back there today. But we showed his dishonesty in that regard. Then the judge observes your dishonesty. Then quickly he writes a letter to the Lord Chief Justice. A letter that he's entitled to write. If you don't like, you think a judge is biased against, you can do that. But in the case of this judge, he had not done anything that is, he had not done anything covert or overt for Kisi to suggest that he had been biased. So everybody was waiting to see how this one ends. Because Kisi had written a letter to the Lord Chief Justice, Justice Tokonu. Let me have Justice Tokonu here, please. They had written a letter to the Lord Chief Justice, Her Lordship Justice Tokonu, and Kisi was asking Justice Tokonu to take the judge out. So we were very ready waiting for what is in the document. What is Kisi complaining about? A judge has come and ruled on matters, criticized you for not applying in time, told you that you can't seize the accounts because you have not done the work that you have to do according to the act that governs your office. Then Kisi says, oh, I'm filing something. So we're waiting to see what happens. Then what happens? Kisi Ajabin withdraws the application. And we say, why lie, Baba? But it's good. It means that at least people who are reasonable are speaking some sense to him. Because what was in that petition was empty. And if the petition has seen the light of day, he may not have survived in terms of the public outcry. So he quickly has withdrawn the petition. I think it is good that he has withdrawn the petition. And that at this stage, I was going to say he should bow down and say in shame, but it's too strong. I won't say that. At this stage, he should reflect on the modus operandi that he has been using. The wanton abuse of legal maxims and principles, like innocent until proven guilty, which he has bastardized as if it's no longer part of the criminal procedure rules. He has so bastardized this, in the case of Zila Dapa, he has so bastardized this that it's no longer part of the criminal procedure rules. With this withdrawal of the petition to the Chief Justice, conceding himself that the things he wrote in the Chief Justice's petition were unwarranted and that those things were going to embarrass him. The things he wrote in the petition to the Lord Chief Justice were unwarranted against the judge, and it was going to embarrass him, noticing that he has now withdrawn the petition and aborted it. That's a good step. Perhaps this is the beginning of Kisi Ajabin turning around to do the work that he has to do and focus on it. Maybe this is the time. Because we were eagerly waiting for what that his hogwash empty petition was going to bring. Bogus petition. What it was going to bring. The petition that comes out of a penchant for stardom and just sheer arrogance. That petition. We were waiting to see what it will come. God being so good, Somebody has spoken to him. Somebody very sensible and timely. That person we need to thank. Ghana needs to thank that person. Because I'm hoping that this will be the beginning to bring round the young man on the straight and narrow and to eschew evil. Evil. Eschew evil. And do your work. I'm hoping that this will be the beginning of Kissi Agyabeng eschewing evil to do his work. Focus on your work. Just do the work. What do I call evil? Evil is bastardizing the principles and procedures of the Criminal Procedure Code. Innocent until proven guilty. Bastardizing is evil. That's what I'm describing as evil. So if people are listening, they want to know what I mean by evil, that's what I mean by evil. That he has bastardized the rules of criminal procedure, something that he's supposed to be an expert on. That's what has happened. So, at least today, he has withdrawn the petition. Let's see how he continues with his work. We are still expecting the outcome of some of the jobs that have been given to him. Let's see how that goes. Have I taken a second break? Yes, I have. Oh, great. Fantastic. All right. So, it's now 10 minutes on top of the hour at 11. Hopefully, we can wrap it up just after 11, hopefully. So, we have one more story to do. Do you have text messages on this already? Okay, let's get a text message. And then we come to the final story, which is taking you here into Parliament's ad hoc committee and the role of civil society. You can't miss that one. It's coming up. Dr. Dampare, we're going to analyze his belt of truth and his helmet of salvation. We'll deal with it. Let's take the text message.
All right, this is coming from Robert Jacob, and he says, but then Paul, who do you think we should be blaming the Nana Addo who appointed him? Nana Addo made a big mistake for appointing this person to be a special prosecutor. Coming from Washington, TK says the OSP wants to run the office as a business entity. He wants to model the office where they blackmail government appointees. Coming from John B. Campbell says, why on earth did Nana Addo appoint this guy? Coming from John B. Campbell again, he says, Kissi Agyabeng is one of Nana Addo's favorites. Ghana do not need OSP. We just need strong AG. Antoinette, what do you have for us?
Mohammed Yusufa says, in fact, the person who recommended Kissi to President Nana Addo for OSP position has really done more harm to Ghana than good and beyond compare. And John B. Campbell again says, Ghana does not need an OSP. We rather need an AG. An OSP is another waste of Ghana's money. Master Planner Jr. from Kintampo says, Mr. Paul, you are too much. God bless you abundantly for the work you are doing for Mother Ghana. And I really like your suit. Angelo.
Right. So, Ken from Koforido says, this man needs free SHS. I believe he's referring to lawyer Eduji. Tell his pastor to call Jim well. That's a bit unfair. Taufik says, you remember what the NDC under President Mills did to Rawlings? They insulted him till he described some of the young ones as babies with sharp teeth. Insult and disrespect is becoming a trademark of some of the up-and-coming ones. This is unfortunate. John from Adenta Housendown says, Paul, Ali Ibrahim played for Accra Great Olympics, if my memory serves me right.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Ali Ibrahim played for Accra Great Olympics, correct. He must be old.
Yeah, very likely. Derek Ofe sends a very long message. Derek, I'll read a portion of it. It says, it's a shame, Paul, that this is the tangent we've chosen to go on as youths. We hide under the guise of freedom of speech and engage ourselves in regrettable exhibition of outright ignorance. I saw the frenzy on social media about a sad display of indifference to the plight of the citizenry by the president. Quickly, I went in search of the video evidence, and I was shocked by the deliberate attempt by some to discredit the president. Unless, of course, there is another video. What the president said was merely an innocuous jest meant to lighten up moods and quell a few dejections. The message goes on. I can't read the rest of it. From Rex John Fia from Second D, the message goes, good evening, Paul. Thumbs up for dealing with Tamako's comments on the president's jokes. And as for the SP, he's almost strayed by his own evil. I think he does not deserve to be in that office. Mr. President, over to you. Well, back to you, Paul.
Okay. I'm just replying a text from Franklin Kujo of Civil Society, who says that he's waiting for the Dampare story. It says that I should have reported to the police the matter of what I heard about the stories on what I hear Kissi Agyabeng wants to do. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm not interested in reporting to police at this stage. All right. Well, all those sending me texts, let's finish. Because civil society want to know. They want to know why I'm talking about civil society. I'm a member of civil society, or everybody is, isn't it? I'm a supporter of Imani Ghana, and I'm a supporter of CDD. Pumpuni is a good guy, and Kwesi Prempeh is also a very clever man. So CDD and Imani, a little bit of IDEC. Kwesi Jonah is at IDEC. He was my professor in political science, so I have a soft spot for IDEC as well. So all these people are doing very well. When I was a student, we didn't have that many civil societies. Now we do. Okay, get to the story now because my boss Franklin is watching. I need to deal with it. Thank you very much. Somebody just sent me this. NDC people. I love them. I love NDC people. Look at what they wrote. They said it's by Amose Blessing Amos. Okay, he wrote it 35 minutes ago. And 35 minutes ago, we're already here talking about Tamaklo, isn't it? Now that we know the fine for invading studio is 2,400, Paul Adomoche should continue fooling. They love me and I love them. Can't they do intellectual analysis? Is it difficult? Paul Adomoche says something. Say that what you said is not true. You have to come and take gun. What are you talking about? You think I don't have gun? Bring your gun. You think because I'm relying on intellect, I don't have gun? What is wrong with them? Write on Twitter that Paul Adomoche was blatantly wrong. What he said here was wrong. He couldn't have said that. This is not correct. Yes, I'll take that. What is this? Now that we know the fine for invading studio is 2,400, Paul Adomoche should continue fooling. Amose Blessing Amos. I'm going to tell the police. Amose, get ready. You pay legal fees because you take a lawyer. You will pay legal fees and you come and stand in the court and explain what you mean by you know the price for it. You can pay for it. You are so rich that you can pay for it. So Paul Adomoche should continue fooling. Come and explain to the court what it means by Paul Adomoche should continue fooling. I must say, I'm coming for you. You will hear that this is a democracy. You will understand it. That Ghana is a democracy. You can't be fooling like this. Ghana is a democracy. You think we are joking because it's prelude to election. I am going to invoke the democratic tenets of this Ghana. It will come after you. Next time you watch Good Evening Ghana and you have an opinion to express, you will express the opinion without threatening. This is a threat. You should go and read the criminal procedure code. Dr. Ekufu Dampare. No, wait. Franklin Cudjoe is my friend. He's interested in this story. Yes, I'll come to the LPA. Wait, let me read what Franklin Cudjoe is saying. He said, we never said the IG should not answer the question as long as they are within the confines of the terms of reference set for the committee. Why not? So I replied Franklin Cudjoe's text, and he's replying. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So, this is the committee face. Kwame Jang, my guy, and Dr. Dampare appearing before the committee. So the committee was moved to in-camera hearing. The new confusion is that Kwame Jang is calling the chairman of the committee biased. He has a right to do so. And he's alleging that the chairman of the committee had granted interviews to media after the in-camera hearing, calling some tape doctored, and he's concerned about that. Fair enough. Civil society then went to see Speaker Bagbin. The suggestion is that the chairman of the committee is so biased he should be removed. Somehow, some of the comments the speaker made appear to agree with civil society a little bit. I'm now going to reveal to you the backstory. Why all these things are happening. That's why we love Good Evening Ghana. We will always come and tell you why these things are happening. Why does civil society go there? Have you ever seen civil society going to speak to the speaker about the conduct of a speaker's committee when there are minority and majority on the committee? Who disagrees with each other more than minority and majority? Who checks each other more than minority and majority? There's a committee of minority and majority. Minority will sit down for majority to bully them? No way. Majority will sit down for minority to bully them? No way. Parliament knows how they do their work. But on this occasion, somebody, I am alleging, is Dr. Dampare, has sent civil society to go and speak the speaker to remove the committee. Why? I'm going to tell you. Okay, play the first tape of Dr. Dampare denying knowledge of a relationship with Bugui Nabo. Play that tape.
If that is so, please can you tell this committee whether you've met him one-on-one before? And if that is so, when was the last time you met Chief Bugri Nabu? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, I can say I might have met him one or twice to the best of my recollection. And the last time I met him, if by my rough calculation, to be more than 8 months or thereabout.
Inspector General, please. Your physical contacts may be few. What about your telephone engagements?
The telephone engagement is along the same line as the physical contact.
Inspector General of Police, do you have a working relationship with Chief Bugri Nabu?
Honorable Chair, I do not have a working relationship with him.
When Dr. Dampare first went to the committee, I came here again and I said that I'm suspicious of Dr. Dampare's demeanor and the way he's answering the question. Because some of the things he's running away from, he should be careful. When committee members ask you questions, it doesn't mean they don't know the answer. Often they know the answer, but they're asking to see whether you'll be truthful to the committee. As an Inspector General of Police, you can legitimately commission the recording of Dr. Dampare. Nobody can say anything about it. If you come to the committee and said, I commissioned the recording of Bugri Nabu, I commissioned it because this COP and these guys were talking about me in a way that they were undermining my authority. For that reason, I wanted a tape of it so that I'll show it to National Security Council, I'll show it to the Vice President, I'll show it to the President to tell them that these are the people undermining the authority of the IGP. No, nobody can challenge you for that. You are Inspector General of Police. You can commission any recording anywhere. You have power. Inspector General of Police can walk into this studio right now and tell me that shut up the program, and I will have to close it because he's the chief constable. Well, I don't know what he knows, and he has the mandate and the authority of the Constitution to do so. So when you come and because of fame and whatever, you are running away from things that are not a crime, you are going to run into problem. And that's what has happened. Running away from something that is not a crime, you are going to have problem. And I mean, I don't want to use those words. It's coming into my mind. But you are Inspector General of Police, so you come. Do you know about the recording? Yes, I know about the recording, Mr. Chairman. What happened? I commissioned Bugri Nabu to record it. Bugri Nabu said he doesn't know how to record. So I sent one of my men to give Bugri Nabu a tape to record it. What was the purpose of the recording, Mr. IGP? The purpose was so that I can codify the allegations that these people are making against me, with which they are undermining the authority of the police service, and I wanted to show this to the president. So, have you showed it to the president? Not yet, but I intend to do so. How did it leak? I don't know how it leaked. But to come and say, I don't know anything about the recording. Then Bugri Nabu says he went to Accra Mall to go and buy the tape. Where's Accra Mall? He doesn't know where it is. Okay. Then the next question. Do you know Bugri Nabu? IGP can know anyone and do business with anyone for the purpose of his work. You can't hold him for that. He says, yes, I know Bugri Nabu very well. How is he your friend? He's my friend because he's important to us because he knows the northern region. He was a regional chairman of the NPP in the northern region. So I work with Bugri Nabu on many little things. That's the role of the IGP. Have you given Bugri Nabu any business? Oh yes, to facilitate that relationship, I organized for them to give Bugri Nabu some business. When he said he was a businessman, I asked him to bring somebody who will qualify on the PPA analysis to supply us boots so that Bugri will be happy so I can continue working with him. Finito. Nobody can say anything. Nobody can say. In fact, if they ask you that, what are the terms of the contract, you can tell the committee that I can't disclose it to the committee. This is private for police, it's security matter, I can't disclose it. But when you want to be over good, you are going to run into difficulty. So this is what has happened now. The conversation and the answer from Dampare that I don't know Bugri Nabu and that I don't speak to Bugri Nabu, when he was asked, when was the last time I spoke to him? I spoke to him 8 months ago. If it is phone, it can be verified. So if they take your phone and they take Bugri Nabu's phone, the authorities in this country in communications can verify whether you are speaking to Bugri Nabu every day or whether you are not speaking to Bugri Nabu every day. They can verify it. Now this is what has happened. A tape came to the committee 49 minutes was played. Bugri Nabu comes and says there's a longer version. So he supplies the longer version. The terms of reference of the committee is to discuss the matters of the tape and things that are incidental to it. So the longer version is now before the committee as well, and they are listening to it. Some people suggest that to verify some of the things that have been said at the committee, can you bring some technology to verify this thing? And then people are realizing that, hey, technology comes in, we are going to be hot. Hey, technology, to do what? To check what? And panic comes. Upon the panic, a phone call is made. And some people are spoken to. And then the consternations begin to now pull down the committee. The same people who wanted the committee set up. Now, if you look at Ama Kofi Boy's memoranda to Parliament, the deputy minority leader, for the committee to set up, the committee was clearly set up to make Dampare look good. But this is a democracy, and truth stands. So you will only look good if you come to the committee to speak the truth. If you come to the committee and you don't speak the truth, the democratic system will find you out. And that is what is about to happen. And the danger of that is the reason why everybody is saying, hey, the committee, stop it. Atacha is biased. We don't want the committee. Civil society speaker, we don't like the committee. The chairman is biased. But why? Without a committee, what Dampare has said, he said it on oath. And there can be an independent verification of it by any state agency, including the police CID. So what's the problem? If the thing doesn't come to committee, if it is true that there's real hardcore technological evidence to show that somebody was not speaking the truth at the committee, it can be verified whether the committee or not. And we will get there because we are building this democracy on truth. Tell Dr. Dampare, we are building it on truth. We are not building it on fake PR. No! We are not building democracy on fake PR. We are building it on truth. Tell Dr. Dampare that when you come to committee, speak the truth. If you speak lies, technology will find you. And if we are getting there, and panic starts, and then they say, okay, end the committee. Who should end which committee? You wanted the committee is going all the way. You can romanticize the speaker all you want. The speaker may even accede to your request. The speaker may even call off the committee. But the record of testifying under oath and making a substantial statement under oath before a committee of parliament, which has gone into the Hansard, you will be taking on it. If it is proven that the things that you told the committee, you knew or ought to have known that they were untrue. Truth stands, that's what we say in Commonwealth Hall. Truth stands. So he should speak the truth. Those of you who love him, and I love him too, tell him that he should speak the truth and he should stop the penchant for stardom. He is not Dede Ayew. I've said it. He's not Jude Bellingham. He's a police chief. He should be a police chief. Focus on his work. Deliver it and stop the, I want to be popular. I want people to know I love children. I want people to, now you see what he has brought himself to. There is now the potential, alleged, that he may have not spoken the truth. And so, now, those who set up the committee are running. You see that icon on the phone when you are running away? Those who set up the committee, give them that one. They are running away from the committee with a sharp, we say bold speed. Because they see that, hey, what have we? We have run into a cul-de-sac. So they go to committee and said, okay, in-camera hearing. The next hearing will be by this group of people. They said, Mr. Chairman, what are they coming to do? Oh, they are coming to verify the testimony. Yeah, I don't know who agree. Mr. Chairman, why are they coming to verify? I don't know who agree. Chairman says, but what's happening? I mean, I was at the in-camera committee. I don't know. I'm guessing that this is what must have happened. But the truth is that there's a lot of discomfort in the Dampare camp about the processes of the in-camera hearing, not because the chairman is biased, but because of the evidence that may be coming. That's all. The evidence that may be coming is getting risky and getting dangerous because the man has spoken on oath and said certain things to the committee. Is there a way to challenge and verify these things? Have these things been challenged and verified? Does it show a discrepancy, a wide disparity between the truth and what somebody said? These are the matters that are coming. These are the matters that people are running away from, and they want the committee to be aborted. Because now, those who set up the committee don't want the committee anymore. Because they didn't set up the committee thinking that the committee will find the truth. But now they know that the truth is coming out. Because when they set up the committee, they didn't know that the IGP will come and play the game of popularity and will come and talk about how he's multi-tribal and something, and all those unnecessary things just to show himself as greater than others. Now it's appearing that the disparity between what it is and what was said. And it's different. And you've taken an oath. When you take an oath before a committee of parliament or before a court to speak the truth, the whole truth, but nothing but the truth, and it turns out that you ought to have known that something that you said was untrue, and you said it to make yourself look good, what happened? That's the problem. 11 minutes past 11. Let me check whether the civil society are happy with what I said. They were waiting for me. You mean IG sent us to speak with Speaker? Oh, no. Okay, Franklin Cudjoe, the first denial. Franklin Cudjoe is denying that the allegation I made here that IGP sent civil society to speak to Speaker. He says it's not true. So it's not true. This is what Franklin Cudjoe is saying. That they didn't go to Speaker Big. But I've never seen civil society, Franklin. Civil society, I've been in this country. I was there when Imani was done. Franklin, you know that. I was sitting right there in Achimota with you in that house when Imani started. From that day to today, I've never seen civil society go to Speaker Adjete, Bejina Sechi Hughes, Do Ajao, Mrs. Bamford Ado. I've never seen civil society go to any speaker to tell the speaker that, Mr. Speaker, this your committee, the chairman is biased. I've never seen it. Never ever seen it. Because if a chairman is biased in a committee, the minority members of the committee will be the first to rise and tell the speaker that I don't do it anymore, etc., etc. We have seen it happen. So the reason why I'm saying that somebody pushed civil society to go, and I'm alleging that it was Dampare, is because this has never happened anywhere. From the Yana committee that was set up in Parliament and everywhere, all the big issues where Parliament has set up committee, I've never seen civil society develop such an interest as to go to the speaker, because Parliament is a balance and they will sort themselves out all the time. So what does civil society need to go and do there? The minority leader in Parliament can make a statement on the floor of the House that, Mr. Speaker, your ad hoc committee is not working correctly. What is civil society's business in there? Unless civil society has an interest in the subject matter. And I dare say here that civil society has an interest in the Dampare matter. No problem. Civil society are there to help and to support and to protect. So support the IGP, but tell him that when he appears before a committee, he should speak the truth. The whole truth. Nothing but the truth. Because anything else, technology, find out. As they say, Facebook don't lie. So if you put a video there and 10,000 people have seen it, 10,000 people have seen it, you can't do anything about it. Facebook will tell you. Technology, it doesn't lie. On this note, I'll take my text messages and I'll be wrapping up. I'm delighted that we're able to finish the program. I thought it would be too long, but let's see what people are saying, and then we can bow down and pull the curtain down for the show today. Okay, Antoinette.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Here's what General L. Coleman has to say. The IGP should know that when your witness statement is weak, artificial intelligence would expose you. This is dormancy. Truth must stand. Cletus says, Paul, the obvious perjury right now has been committed by the COP. He told the committee he wasn't a card-bearing member of the NPP, but a sympathizer. Now, in interviews with media houses, he says that he qualifies with a requirement to have been a member of the NPP for 2 years to contest as the MP. Nana Addo Dankwa Anani says, I have my own reservation about Dampare too. What worries me is the emotions that the Ghanaian populace have alluded themselves to. Eugene Edu says, for someone to threaten Paul Adomotri and him to say, go and read the Criminal Procedural Code, I laugh into the sea. Alhaji Saibu says, Mr. Paul, we are solidly behind you. May Allah bless you and your family for the education given us. Samuel Afari says, Amosi Blessing is the Greater Accra Regional Youth Organizer of the NDC. And lastly, Isaac Owusu-Barton says, I think the SP should be removed or he should do his job well. Mr. President should get a very good person for this job, preferably a woman. I think she would whip the men in line. Fati.
Okay, this is coming from Mahama Ibrahim. He says, sincerely speaking, Paul is very intelligent and analytical. Tuesdays and Thursday nights is always like Champion League match. Keep it up, sir. Coming from Abdul Rahman, he says, Mr. Paul, you have always been my inspiration, and since your engagement with Honorable Adichum has made me more inspired. Coming from Abubakar Auf, he says, I have never fallen for Dampari's tricks. He thought he could incite public against the government to perpetuate himself as the IG. We need public hearing of the leak tape. Let Ghanaians see the real Dampari. Coming from Robert Jacobs, he says, but Paul, who do you think we should blame? Also coming from Nana Kofi Annan, he says, my goodness, thank you, Paul. These guys are so arrogant. What is the problem with the hilarious comments made by the president? They do their politics with so much anger. Paul, trust me, the comments made by the Archbishop says is more serious than the comments made by the president. The NDC was quiet and decorous about this thing. And also coming from Nixon Tema, says, Paul, this is normal with the young guys in the NDC. Take a look at how Sammy Jemfi, Sam George, Ablakwa, and others, arrogance all over, low moral training from their party. They really didn't get what the president said because of agenda. Okay, Angela, what do you have for us?
So Master Planner says, if you now know the amounts involved when you invade a studio, then go to Onua TV and not Metro TV. I don't know what you are trying to imply by that. John from Adenta says, Paul, I beg you with God, if you don't deal with that guy, I won't watch your program again. Ahmed from Tamale says, do you remember the no matter how nice the hand dances, it won't please the hawk comment by JDM? Kojo Tims from Cotown says, good evening, Mr. Paul. In fact, watching the two videos, this is on the Akufo-Addo Mepe issue. You have done justice to the matter. Humility pays a lot. Thanks for the advice, and I pray our politicians take such advice. It's very disappointing. By the way, Mr. Paul, please, when will you interview Archbishop Nicholas Williams? The last interview was great. Please do it again for us. And Nana Kosi from Kumasi says, good evening, Sir Paul. Is this Ghana? What happened? A country where the young respected the elderly. I can't believe my eyes. Insulting the president. Well,
the people that I sent the thing to, I sent the guy, whatever, Amro something, the deputy regional organizer. So they quickly put the thing in their system, the algorithm. It has brought up another person, Elikem Kotoko, who's made the same comments. So they're asking me to add the report of Elikem Kotoko as well, so they can deal with it. Technology is working in Ghana. So as soon as they put it in, they are looking for similar comments, and then they quickly got it. Elikem Kotoko said the same thing. So they are inviting me that in your report, add Elikem Kotoko. We are going to deal with it. We'll deal with it. We are building an intellectual society, you see. So let us build an intellectual society and let's stop these kinds of things. All right. Mikhail, please read the LPMs, yes, and then we'll be wrapping up.
Okay. So we have these from you. We're very grateful to our sponsors. From firstly, Nadum Autofix, and it says Nadum Autofix is the biggest car service here in Ghana. We offer a wide range of auto services in real time. We have well-trained staff in various departments such as auto mechanic, auto electrician, straighteners, welders, sprayers, and bodyworks. At Nadum Autofix, we offer 24/7 towing services to all our clients, so we can conveniently bring your immovable car to our service center. Our services include car diagnostics, mechanical works, auto servicing and oil change, alignment and balancing, bodyworks and spraying, car detailing, polishing of the interior and the exterior of your car so it looks brand new, steam engine washing, washing your car engine without using water, and the sale of car batteries. They also have in stock car tires of all rim sizes at a whole and retail price. We fix for you when you buy tires from us, and we're the biggest distributors of used and brand new tires. We work 24/7, so you can drive through anytime. We're located at Dansoma Nasori Danho, directly opposite Dansoma KFC and the Shell fuel station. Call us on 055-830-8340. From Amen Alternative Medical Hospital, Amen Alternative Medical is the first modernized herbal and homeopathy medicine in Ghana. With our trained and experienced medical practitioners from KNUST, combined with state-of-the-art medical equipment, every hidden ailment will be diagnosed with ease and treatment given in no time. Your life is precious, so secure good health with Amen Alternative Medical. We work from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and on Sundays, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Locate us at Klangon on the Lashibi Ashaman Road near the Underbridge, and book an appointment with us on 027-229-5 505 or 0244 227 192. Amen Alternative Medical Hospital, God is indeed the healer. From our friends at Lifton Elevators Ghana, they say, enjoy the fruits of your labor. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands in the way of enjoying our mansions and homes. Worry no more, because with portable American pneumatic vacuum cleaners and elevators, PVEs, you are sure of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. You may call it a luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Visit Lifton Elevators Ghana at Sakumono for your solutions and free consultations. Call us now on 0200-535-515 or do email us at elevatorsgh@gmail.com. Also from Black Star Press Limited, and they say inside Black Star Press Limited, we grow businesses inside the inventive minds. Witness the beauty, diversity, and natural wonder with our works inside Black Star Press Limited in association with Lionhead Group of Companies. Call us now on 0200-880000. Black Star Press Limited, a worldwide reputation for quality printing. And from the Makers Electronics Company Limited, they say is the Makers Electronics Blessing Attack promo. Rush to the Makers Electronics Limited for up to 67% discount on selected appliances such as Samsung, LG, Moved, Nasco, TCL, Midea, and Toshiba. Locate our showrooms at Taifa Burkina Highway, Amasaman Zongo Junction, Oyarifa Teman Boga Junction, Kaswa New Market, Ashaiman Valco Flats, Kumasi Ahenma Kokobing, Takoradi Efie Kuma No. 9 Market, and call us on 055 2222 253 or 055 2222 254. The Makers Electronics Company Limited, large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics. And lastly, from our friends at Betway, they say Ayesoko. Betway's cash out just got way better. Our enhanced early, partial, and auto cash out feature lets you cash out your bets early, cash out a portion of your ongoing bets, or even set your bets to cash out automatically. All this to give you way more control over every thrilling bet you place. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Do note that terms and conditions do apply. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana, and as always, no under 18 betting. Back to you, Paul.
Okay, thank you very much for those LPMs. And it's now, way past 11. Sorry, viewers, we kept you long and awake. We do have the story, some of our historical research. We just don't find time to do it because the stories are hot and strong. Okay, so good night. Thanks for watching. Good night. I'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Has Christianity always been one of the religions in the world to you?
Oh, hallelujah. Praise God. Christianity is not a religion, neither is it a joining of a church and doing the Christian things like praying and giving and so on. Hallelujah. Christianity is the outworking of God's own kind of life received into the spirit of a man. Whoa! This divine life in the heart of a man makes him righteous, keeps him healthy.